If you are buying or selling a property inside a Florida homeowners or condominium association, you already know the closing process frequently stalls. The friction usually traces back to the sheer volume of association paperwork dropped on both sides of the transaction. Two documents cause the vast majority of the confusion: the Estoppel Certificate and the Association Questionnaire. Because both of these forms arrive from the exact same property management company, buyers naturally assume they do the exact same job. This comparison matrix breaks down the actual difference in scope. One document looks only at a single specific unit, while the other diagnoses the health of the entire neighborhood. Mixing these up carries a heavy cost. You can inherit thousands of dollars in hidden debt, or find your mortgage denied just days before closing. Surviving a Florida HOA transaction requires you to cleanly separate the concept of individual property debt from total community risk. The Estoppel Certificate is a strict financial report card, locked to a single property parcel on a specific date. Looking at the matrix, the Estoppel targets the single unit and is ordered by the title company. A closer cannot legally transfer clear title without it. Its purpose is calculating the exact financial split at closing. It forces the seller to pay off outstanding debts from sale proceeds before the buyer takes ownership. The document exposes the unit's regular assessment cycles, any delinquent dues, any unpaid fines, and active property violations. In Florida, this process operates under heavy statutory regulations designed specifically to protect buyers. State law enforces a strict 10-business-day delivery deadline for the association and legally caps the base fees they can charge between $299 and $597. If the association fails to list an existing debt on this document, they legally waive their right to collect it from the new buyer. The Estoppel acts as a complete legal liability shield. The Association Questionnaire, on the other hand, is a multi-page diagnostic checkup on the financial and structural health of the entire development. Back at our matrix, this document targets the whole community and is required by the mortgage lender. A bank will flatly refuse to fund a mortgage until approved. The lender probes community-wide metrics to ensure stability, checking investor ratios, single entities owning over 20% of units, and pending lawsuits. This scrutiny is higher than ever due to a massive policy shift by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which eliminated the limited review shortcut for established condos. Putting down 20 or 25% in cash no longer lets a buyer bypass the rules. Almost every conventional loan inside a community association now triggers a heavily scrutinized full review. Lenders mandate 10% of an association's total annual budget must be allocated to replacement reserves. If the board voted to waive or underfund these reserves, the lender instantly denies the loan. Underwriters also use the document to hunt for deferred maintenance and unresolved structural integrity issues. Finding either will get the property blacklisted. A buyer can have perfect personal credit, but if the questionnaire exposes a financially or structurally weak community, they are not getting the mortgage. Procuring these two documents in Florida means operating in completely opposite legal environments. The estoppel is a predictable process governed by strict statutory price caps and legally enforced deadlines. The association questionnaire operates in a Florida Wild West, completely devoid of statutory regulations. Management companies can charge whatever they want to fill out a questionnaire, often $250 to $400, and take as much time as they please to return it. A management company that takes 3 weeks to complete the paperwork can easily stall the closing and blow right past a buyer's financing contingency window. Missing that timeline because of an unregulated delay is a fast way for a buyer to breach their contract and risk losing their initial deposit. The trade-off is clear. The estoppel protects the buyer from the seller's past, and the questionnaire protects the lender from the community's future. This flowchart maps the strategy for your role. Financed buyers need to order the questionnaire immediately and check the 10% reserve rule to avoid a doomed loan. Cash buyers bypass the questionnaire, but absolutely must secure an estoppel. Skipping the estoppel means giving up your liability shield, leaving you on the hook for unpaid fees. Sellers must have their agent vet the community's financial health before listing. If your association has a weak reserve study or a backlog of deferred maintenance, you must pivot your strategy to market exclusively to cash buyers or those using specialized financing. Knowing exactly which document controls which risk allows you to turn a chaotic, stalling HOA process into a secure, predictable closing.